getting ready for bed. And this one's kind of been laying on me. So I feel like I need to bring some kind of message from Spirit. This is going to be a healing message. So I don't know what this is going to be about. We're going to get into it. I'm going to get some oracle cards to start, so you know if this is a reading you're meant to hear and needing to hear. We're going to do the 7 energy oracles, I think is the name here. Also use some of the rose oracles, and then I also want to get some of these vintage wisdom oracles first. What is this message about, Spirit? We have purity here. I know I'm quiet. It's late. These messages always come through kind of different, so quieter for sure. We have a merry motive. Seems like this came out in a reading not too long ago. Maybe either a reading I just posted or a reading I'm in the middle of. We have, these 3 cards came out. A new story, you decide, alignment, it's coming together in the return. We have open, say yes, expand, through the extremes, trust life. And we also have the sacred union. Beloved within, inner and outer relationships. I want to take this bottom one because this one's this is where I want to start. This has to do with you opening up. Okay, guys, I want to start with these oracles that we have out. This is Judgment in Tarot, number 20 there. Okay, so there's something to do here in this reading about how you are the ones that are capable of being able to birth something new within yourself. This is about your inner transformation here, guys. These cards all together here are so focused on yourself. If you notice this first one here, it's the close-up of the rose. It's also the close-up of a face, and if you look even deeper, it's actually her whole body in image in the face. I'm gonna hold this up. I don't know if y'all can see this or not. It's kind of maybe hard to see, but it's the return. A new story, you decide, alignment, it's coming together. I feel like there's something to do with the way that you're actually judging yourself, the way that you're judging yourself in some sort of situation and judging your innocence in a situation is helping you to kind of be able to really acknowledge how you can be more trustworthy of yourself and your motives towards things. So I think that you've been kind of placed in a position to where you have to really take a good look at yourself and what really your next step is in this situation. You're transforming, okay, internally. You are actually seeing things. This is about kind of an awakening to your motives here. This could be just a situation that you went through, but this could have been made you more awake or more aware of your motives in situations and how they play out. What are your blueprints? It's making you go back and figure out why you do things the way that you do them, why you make decisions that you make. And a lot of it has to do with you protecting yourself, you having to feel like you need to feel safe And being able to cleanse yourself gradually is going to help you get to this place to where you can kind of be in this more purified energy. You want to transform that about yourself because it's something that keeps you able to really open up to others around you, to experiences, to relationships, to being able to really live in the world in a way to where you can enjoy the world that you live in to the fullest. And I feel like this is you kind of coming to this almost kind of union with yourself, because you're putting yourself in front of you, like you're reflecting on everything that you've been through in your past and wanting to make a difference here in the future. And I think this is, again, it's all kind of resulting from some sort of situation where either your motives were off and you're going back and you're being honest with yourself. And I think that you're actually being honest with yourself for the first time about, you're judging yourself, but you're judging yourself in a way to where you're saying, okay, I need to honestly take a good look at myself and who I am, why I'm this way, and how to kind of transform so that I can be happier in my life, so that I can open up. You miss this, you have this deep inner desire to want to connect on a very profound level in relationships. And it's like you want to be able to build roots with someone, with people around you. It just doesn't have to be just a romantic relationship. I'm just talking just relationships, period. You want to be able to feel that connection, to have that connection. You have this deep inner desire of wanting and needing that. And this is a transformation that I'm seeing here, guys, because of this new awareness that you've came into. You've really kind of fought this for a long time, facing judgment, because I think a lot of it was that you all constantly said to yourself you were doing it for good reasons. You were doing it for to help others, or to you always had a way of kind of making it right within your own mind until you didn't. Until you just faced that it was maybe the wrong thing to do, wrong motives. And it's, this motive thing, it came up in a reading a while back, and there was a spirit card that came out, and it just addressed it in the most, the way that it worded it was really awesome, the way that it worded it. And it's kind of the energy that I'm feeling here. So I don't know if you were part of that reading or not, but this is part of that. But the whole point here, guys, is this transformation's here. The blueprints are within you, and you're the one that has to take the next step into recreating who you are by this new self-awareness that you have, by this new the next stage is forgiveness of whatever this was. Forgiving yourself now that you've acknowledged the motives maybe were a little off. This could have been something that, again, I'm going back to, you saw it as this opportunity to fulfill some sort of wish for you, and in a way that kind of made you feel bad, but you kind of covered that up with, you took advantage of something, but you made it seem like you were taking advantage in order to help in another situation. So it would kind of balance itself out, but it didn't balance itself out because you weren't being fully honest with yourself there. And there's been this gut feeling that you feel like this, something's off, something's wrong. It's just not feeling good, because your intuition is telling you when you need to pay attention to something that you're doing that's off balance. It's like a friend next to you saying, this isn't right. This isn't right. We shouldn't be doing this. This isn't right. And trying to convince you one way, and you're like, no, I have to. I need to do that. I have to do this because I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it because it's gonna get me, you know, X, Y, and Z or whatever. And that way I can help A, B, and C, you know, whatever it is. This is the way that you are kind of purifying the situation, making it seem innocent in some sort of way, when really there was another motive behind that. It's almost like you kind of ran over. I just got an image in my head of someone sitting there like holding up like a red flag or like a stop sign, and the guy's not stopping. He's just going right over them. It's that kind of thing. You did it anyways because the end goal, the outcome, the reasoning, you could make okay within yourself internally. Let's get tarot. So now the awareness has took place. The next stage, I feel like for you, would be the forgiveness stage. Once you have the awareness, then you go through the forgiveness. Because this is the point to where you acknowledge it, and then the feel bad kicks in. And that's going to be hard, because this judgment on self is going to be something that's hard. Even though it's needed, it's still something that's hard and difficult. So to get through that, there's going to be a little bit of blame for self, and forgiveness is something that's going to need to take place. This is like the next stage of your healing, you know, the next cycle that goes through here. For some of you, this is something that's laid on you for a long time. You've been trying to always make right, but it always keeps coming back up because it's part of karma in a way that has to be balanced. You have to face judgment at some point in order to complete that cycle. That's why it's still kind of lingering in your energy. That's why it's still kind of in your gut, you know? Oh, this is, oddly enough, called the Shadowscapes Tarot, and I pulled this from my cabinet last night because I knew I was going to have a reading here with this. I don't know why I felt this is the one I should use, and it's funny that it's called the Shadowscape because you've been trying to escape the shadow part of yourself. Really? Okay, you're coming out of it, man. You're coming out of your shell, and you're getting to a place to where you can finally have this completion that's here. But you're fixing to step into this forgiveness, and I want to dive into that because I think this is where you're kind of at a standstill. Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles, that's you working on your healing there. Justice in reverse, absolutely. It's that karma coming back around. The Fool, this is you taking a leap towards, you know, this is a newness that's here. This is a new experience that's coming on. I'm getting such a good vibe from this Fool card, guys. She has all these birds. They're doves, and they're like fixing to pick her up and carry her. It's almost like this, even though it seems like it feels really, really crappy to you right now, it's like, man, I feel bad. I feel bad. Even though that's the case, it's actually going to help you to get to a place to where you can really, this is going to completely transform you because you're tapping into the self-awareness that you need the most. Hold on just one second. There's a card there I want me to pull for that. What is it? Retreat. Wisdom. Okay, there's a special soulmates on the bottom of the deck. There's somebody here, okay? I don't know if this is like a therapist that's here. It says knowledge gained through experiences or from a wise counselor. And then retreat, time spent alone, reflection on past and current situations. They want me to get back to this blueprint, okay? Something I haven't talked about very much of yet, but it may have something to do with soulmate energy here. I don't know who this is. Ask your angels. There's help. Look at that. Self-awareness. There's help here about you tapping into your higher self, questioning your routines and patterns, about this blueprint thing. They're kind of keep pulling me back over here towards that. For some of you, there's something to do with you gaining wisdom about your blueprint. So you really need to kind of do some research in a way about, this could even look in the way of therapy. I mean, this could be the wise counselor here. Where you can reflect on your past and current situations that will help you work through those areas to figure out why your blueprints are this way, why you feel this need or this desire to kind of, you know, where is this coming from? Why was this motive even where it originated from? Why you felt the need to do whatever it is that came up? Even if it was for something good, you need to kind of go back and figure out why that's there, why you felt like that desire, that pull. Because there's something to do here with the way that your blueprints are, the way that you were imprinted on, possibly as a child in some way, that made you feel like you needed this type of protection, or you needed to protect others or help others, or whatever that is. It's driven you to do these things that you feel almost guilty for doing in the first place. This could also have been a soulmate here that's kind of, this is what this, come on, what is it? What word? This is what this motive was about. It could have been a soulmate sent to you to help you to tap into this. Okay, tell me more about this. See the spider here? I posted something about a spider the other day on my community page. You may want to go back and look at that because it might resonate for you, but I listed some symbolisms for the spider spirit. But you may feel like you're kind of caught up in a web, or you catch other people in your web. You notice how in this web there's stars that are here? Is my camera messed up again? Was it or no? Yeah, I think it was. I'm so sorry. It keeps getting like blurry. Something keeps getting on it. All these stars that are here, and you notice this is actually the Black Widow, I think. Looks like it to me anyway. So what I want to say is that you may feel like you kind of tie people into things so that you can kind of benefit in some sort of way. There's guilt attached to this and motive that you need to kind of work on. This is the work, the Eight of Pentacles. This is what you need to focus on here. There's past situations that you've done this. This is your blueprint. This is how you were made to do this. Where's that coming from? That's something that you need to focus on. That's a main thing that you need to focus on to get your change the way that you're kind of doing things, so that you can take this next step to straighten this out, to align this, balance this internally. Okay? You need to figure out where this is coming from. Why, what around you, what kind of environment did you grow up in where maybe you were even taught this kind of thing. It's funny too, because these are different, and you have all these stars here, and you have these stars here. Now there's 5 stars on this card besides the one in the bowl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There should be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, the middle would be 8. But there are 7 around. That's that reflection. Reflecting on your past is going to help lead you in the right direction to make progress here moving forward, so that you can step into this new direction for yourself, and you'll be feeling like you can kind of take more of a leap to be able to open up here. For some of you with that soulmate card and seeing union and return here, someone could be coming back from your past. This is something that you kind of need to get to, a healing part that you need to kind of straighten out here. This needs to be in balance. This is the blockage. We're going to get some clarifiers to look at that as well. There's the balance with Temperance. But you being able to heal past this is what's going to bring this other person to return back to you and create a new story. But alignment needs to take place within first. And then everything will kind of come together and unfold there, okay? But you need to figure this out. This is what you need to figure out before you can have balance. Anything else? Okay, that was quick. The Moon. These things need to come to light. The Moon is those shadows, you know, that we're talking about here. And it coming to light. Tell me about the 8 of Pentacles. There's that 6 of Cups in reverse. So, you know, part of this is accepting that you kind of have to grow from experiences. And when you go through things where that motive kind of comes into play and you're having that judgment on yourself, the judgment is okay as long as it's not, as long as you have judgment so that you can become aware of that situation. You go from the awareness to forgiveness. If you're too harsh on yourself, then you're not seeing the fact that you grow from experiences. You grow and you learn and you evolve. And if you can't just know things, you can't just, I mean, if we didn't forgive ourselves for everything from our past, mistakes that we made, where would we be? And you can't hold on to those resentments. You can't hold on to that, because you'll get to a place to where you just don't trust within yourself. And you need to be able to trust within yourself in order to be able to trust in life, to trust to take chances, to trust to open up, to be able to kind of expand, you know? So there's a part of this that the past needs to stay in the past, and you don't need to take it with you. And if you don't go back and kind of heal this, then that it would be carried on with you. Look at this 10 of Swords here. This could have been a betrayal. You could feel like you betrayed somebody, or someone betrayed you in your past is another part of this healing that needs to kind of be worked on and looked at. Who's this about? Can you tell me about the 10 of Swords? This could be just you betraying someone, the Hermit. You already know the truth about this. I feel like that's different for everybody, but they're saying you already know the truth about this betrayal. And it's something that maybe you've been kind of working on for a while. You hold a betrayal about someone in your life, and so maybe even something that they exposed to you. For some of you, it's something that they exposed to you when you were young, that was some sort of betrayal or some sort of thing that made you feel not safe. There's some kind of innocence there they exposed you to, that awoke in you kind of too early in that situation, and it made you feel not safe. That's part of the reason that you have motives. Because if you have a motive going into something, then you're in control of that situation and you feel safe. That's where you need to forgive yourself. This is the truth, guys, that you're carrying. This is the truth of whatever. This is a deep wound that you have that needs to be explored. Okay? There's two things here. Knowing you make mistakes and healing within that wound of that safety, and doing this because you feel the need to be in control, because you need to feel safe. There's some betrayal wounds that come along with that, of situations where you feel like others put you into that you trusted, where you did not feel safe, and you weren't capable of speaking up for yourself. Is there anything else with the 8 of Pentacles? Anything else with the 8 of Pentacles? Yeah, since you asked. Oh, the 4 of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 6 of Swords in reverse. You need to leave this in the past. this isn't the Four of Swords, this is the Four of Wands, which is that union. And the Wheel of Fortune is that good luck and opportunity coming to you in the future. And it's, you have the sun and the moon here. Okay, so these things need to come into balance, along with this Temperance being here as well. Same kind of energy. Again, this union energy here, if this is someone in your situation or someone around you, some soulmate, this will all come into back together, come into union. And for some of you, this is just in your life in general. You'll be able to straighten things out and to get that wheel going back in the order that's good for you. But you have to leave these things here in the past. There's unfinished business here. It's like you're trying to not avoid it. Don't want to go in that room. Nightmares in there. So let's close that door and we'll just forget about it. But those things don't go away. And again, they come back later as resentments and other things, which keeps you being able to open up. And for those of you that are trying to reconnect or have union here with someone that's around you, or return with someone here and align with that person, you have to explore this in order to get to this point to where it's going to come together in the way that it's meant to. Okay, let's see what Justice is in reverse. Seven of Cups. You know how I said that you kind of put yourself in a place to where you say, well, I was just overwhelmed in that situation and I had to make that choice. I didn't have any other choices. I had to make that one choice because I had other people that were there that either needed me, or I had to do it in order to get X, Y, and Z. You know, that situation that we talked about earlier with A, B, and C. So, this is you kind of acknowledging that. I'm getting the funniest thing here with this card. Some of y'all have like a guide around you, an angel around you. This could even be in the way of your higher self, but somebody's trying to get your attention here, and they're trying to tell you that you're looking at like not the blueprints, you're looking at this plan that you have, and the whole time you could have actually built the same thing that you wanted with doing it with a solid foundation. So the motive that you had to begin with, what they're saying is it's actually something that could have turned out in your benefit in the same way, even if that motive wasn't there. You didn't have to have a motive anyways. You didn't need it. There was already some kind of solid foundation in this situation where you didn't need to have that motive. It would have been, all of that would have came together for you. Maybe not through this particular situation, but it would have all came together for you. But since you did it in the way that you did it, that's why you have this karma that's kind of lingering over your head here, and these choices that were made and how they were made and what you need to fix in order to move forward here. It's funny how the stars are here on the line, you know, and that's judgment. Like your, the motive might have been that you felt like your destiny was on the line, or your goal was on the line, or a wish you had was on the line. And you were still kind of conflicted there about it, but you didn't want to lose that either, because there was other things here that relied on you when it comes to that. Tell me about the Fool. The Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands in reverse. This is going to come around. I feel like, I want to say for some of you, when you least expect it, I feel like you're going to get to the point to where you feel completely overwhelmed, and it's when it's going to kind of just, that's the way this probably happened to you when you came into this new awareness. When you reach that point to where you feel like you're done, you know, you feel completely exhausted in this. Oh, look at all these mushrooms that are around her. That's that shadow side That's the healing that takes place there in that hermit energy, in the dark, which is we saw that right here. This is what happens in the dark. You go to the hermit energy with this Ten of Swords because you have the truth here. And that's what needs to be worked on, like we saw here. This is saying when you get to that point to where you feel like, what else can you do? What else can you learn? What else can, how else can this go? When you feel overwhelmed, that is when this new start is going to come in. That is when you're going to tap into being able to figure out how to move forward here, how to have a new beginning. When you tap into all of this and you get past this, you're going to be like, I can't do anymore. And Spirit's going to be like, you're right. You've done enough. Here it is. It's kind of funny. Comes in the last minute. That's what they keep saying. Just keep going. It's coming. I also feel like for some of you, you already have the key to this. You just need to keep moving. It's like you sat down and took a break and you haven't gotten back up yet because you're experiencing that pain from whatever you're having to relive. You kind of don't want to wake that dragon, you know, but so you've kind of sat on that wisdom for a while. If they're saying it's time for you to move, it's time for you to keep going because that new beginning is there waiting for you. Okay, tell me about the Temperance. The Magician. You have all the tools you need here to be able to bring everything into balance. You just gotta make sure that you give yourself some peace, okay? This is where this forgiveness comes in. Tell me about the Moon. The Knight of Cups in reverse. The reason that you walked away from things will be illuminated, and for some of you, this is going to prevent you from walking away from any opportunities in the future. We have the Emperor on the bottom of the deck. This is you taking control of the Devil in reverse and the Sun. Look at that. And the Six of Wands. There's that. Bringing everything out into the open, having success here, feeling that pride again is what you want to get to, right? You want to have success here. You will have success here in this healing, and you will be able to get past this negativity with that Devil in reverse. I feel like you only feel trapped in this energy right now, but you're going to be able to get to a better place. It's just going to take some time. I think that you're in a process now, to be honest with you, where you're embodying this Emperor energy. You're taking control of this whole situation. Let's get some more of these. You know, you're taking control of the way you feel. That's the first step. That's where you show that inner strength. What else? What can you tell me to help me with this reading here, Spirit? For advice, for call, divine timing. Everything has a purpose. This is how you can get through this. Mistakes were made and forgiveness of self. Everything has a higher purpose. You have to know it's when stuff like this kind of goes on, you could be playing someone else's karma just as much as they're playing yours. And so whatever transpired here and whatever motives that were used, even if that person went through this Ten of Swords too, went through this pain, they may have had some karma as well that needed to play out on their end and put them into some kind of healing aspect that they needed to be able to see this self-awareness within. Just in a different way than what you have. But I think both of them has to do with judgment, having that awakening within. But this is, you need to remember that when you think about forgiving yourself here for any kind of mistakes that were made in the past, and having that truth, you know? Even if you had to be that person and it doesn't feel good, this person, I feel like, just kind of like you are, getting to a place to where you can really expand and open up and be vulnerable and trust in situations. There's, I feel like, kind of like yours, is just about trusting within yourself, trusting yourself. Okay, what else? Putting in the work. Yeah. We'll put that by the Eight of Pentacles there. And evaluation. Yeah, feed out what no longer serves you. Reevaluate the situation. There's things that you hold on to mentally here that you need to let go of. The Six of Cups here. I'm going to put that over here. Well, I want to put this here too, because this reminds me also with this blueprint within you and how you need to reevaluate things within your past that you're holding on to, that are keeping you stuck. Some of us can carry a lot of upset energy with us from our childhood that we don't even realize. We don't connect the dots. And again, I'm going to bring this up one more time because it's the one that's come into mind in this reading, is you feeling unsafe in situations and really putting blind faith into others that are meant to be protecting you in some sort of way when you can't protect yourself, and you carry this blame for others with you, not realizing that you're doing that and how it's affecting you, and not realizing that you're blaming them for anything. But you as a kid, you as a child, you are blaming as a child them in a way of putting you in this situation, of making you be in that place where you were here, again, purity, innocent. Innocent. And that is part of your blueprint. That is part of what you've been, and I mean blueprint because I know it can mean different things. So I mean blueprint as that's the way that you were made from those experiences. This is something that you need to reevaluate. That's what doesn't serve you moving forward. That's how you can reevaluate it and kind of get to a place where you can be this magician in temperance. You can manifest things into balance for yourself as well. Stepping into this Emperor energy. What else? Spread your wings. Yeah. Confidence that leads to freedom and growth. That's what I was talking about here. Anything else, Spirit, with these? Yeah. Oh, good grief. Acceptance. Accept past and current situations. Work through issues gracefully. Yeah. This is showing yourself that compassion that you deserve, and grace, you know, moving forward, being gentle with yourself and acceptance of whatever happened with you in your past. There's two past kind of energies that are coming into this. You putting in the work, everything has that purpose there. This is part of it. And you don't need, there's an energy here of you needing to kind of take out what is not yours. So I don't know if you carry other people's pain with you in some sense. It's almost like when you go back and you look at other people that, like, maybe you have this blame, this inner blame on, you also feel sorry for that person. So just like the way that you tried to balance out your motives, you do that for other people in your past. So let me give you, for instance, You say, well, that person only did the best that they could with what they had at the time. And I understand all that and the forgiveness that goes into that. And that's very much so true. But that's not you acknowledging those actual hurt feelings that you have over it. Yes, that person did X, Y, and Z because they didn't know any different at the time. And that probably wasn't the best thing for you. But that doesn't mean that the anger doesn't go anywhere. That doesn't mean that that anger's not there. You just cover it up and you need to address it. You need to say, yeah, I'm mad. I'm mad that I was supposed to be protected and I wasn't. And you dropped the ball there on me, you know, and that's a hard pill to swallow. That's hard to accept. But you have to be able to put that in front of you and acknowledge it and face that when it comes to placing that judgment on others, just like you're doing with yourself. It's not that we have excuses and reasons why things happened. We have those, but we also have to address the fact that you're pissed about it as well. You know what I mean? You're mad too. And that's okay. You don't cover up being mad. You acknowledge that you're mad. You acknowledge that, yeah, that it's horrible and I'm pissed and it hurt and I wish things could have been different and you should have been in this way for me. And then you go into accepting, and then you can accept. You have to feel all the feelings that come up. It's not that we're covering up those negative feelings. It's that you address those negative feelings. It's not you walk around going, I wish I wasn't so mad about that situation. It's that you go, God, I'm mad about that situation. But, I hate saying but, it's in the past. So it's already happened. You have to cope with it and move on past it. Acceptance needs to take place. And you need to have grace with it. Be graceful about it so that you don't carry resentments moving forward. So on that note, let's get some advice cards. I want to get some wild offering. And these, because I've been really drawn to these as well. Then we'll get some initials and close. This was kind of deep, guys. I hope that it helps you. I hope that not every message is going to resonate, but I hope that some messages in this reading kind of helped you wherever you are and if you needed to hear it. We have intention, imagine that, with motive there being intention. Companionship. One more. Whoop. Direction. Yep. You lack a direction on how to move forward from here, but the opening is there for you. Okay. Truth. Okay. Fine. It popped out when I tried to lay it down. They're like, no, read it. When everything is done as an offering, even the act of speaking, you get shown when to talk and when to be silent. The words come from silence, not fear. You do the talking, dear Lord. Take me over and speak through me. That's that gracefulness, being honest with yourself, but doing it in a compassionate way, being graceful with yourself as well. Intention. Intention is simply allowing the will and the mind to align and move in harmony. Now, the one reason that your kind of thing didn't move in harmony, that's that awareness that you've been ignoring, but feeling, that gut feeling of feeling wrong or feeling not good about something, a situation. May I always focus on the highest. My intention is that all God's wishes come true for me. Yeah. Because like what we said earlier, it's funny how these are all moths, which is that shadow. But what we said earlier about you paying attention to those motives, because everything would have worked out for you, even if you didn't do it in that way of trying to control that situation for your benefit in that situation. Now, guys, I'm not talking about you needing to take a leadership role here and whatever. I'm talking about how you were in a place to where you feel like you hurt someone else. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're focused on here. This is you purifying that darkness that you feel because of that situation. Companionship. When you fully bless and embrace your aloneness, you're ready for the ones who are meant to be with you. May I welcome this solitude, knowing that it will open the way for all healthy relationships. Again, we have this message over here as well. You being able to release that moon energy where, because of this, you can fall into not trusting oneself, not trusting the world, all this. And a way to kind of go through this and to get to a point to where you can have healthy relationships is to heal this part of yourself. Direction. Lord, please show me the right action right now. Please bring a sign and a miracle that gives me clear direction. May I hear the promptings of my own body, and if for some reason I'm about to head the wrong way, please stop me. Yep. Absolutely. That's you kind of leaving this in the past and being able to move forward and find a happier environment for you to be in, to where you can really live life to the fullest and you don't constantly have to have this weight on your shoulder moving forward. I do feel like I almost said pile 2, so y'all might be looking for pile 2s if y'all watching my readings, because that's weird. I almost feel like you have already done a lot of healing. You've already kind of gotten to this point. It's just you're in this place to where this is kind of set off this new transformation here. It's really opening you up. Number 21, that's the world. Great awakening. Yes. Walk in your truth. Stand firm in your light. How can you trust yourself more? Absolutely. What a great card. 21 is the world in tarot. So that's that cycle closing out. This is about you closing out this cycle. Like this hermit sitting here. Now, I said you've been kind of sitting there on that betrayal or that pain for a while, and it just needs to be addressed. And like I said, this could be you may feel like you betrayed someone else. That's the whole situation. You have the number 11 here, which is justice. Everything is a reflection. Hold up an energetic mirror. What do you need in your life that you're not currently getting? So again, that's you looking at yourself in the mirror, and looking at yourself in a way of questioning those routines and patterns, questioning why things have just been continually going in the same direction that they have been. Maybe something that's laying on you, in your gut that you haven't been listening to. And what happens when you don't listen to that? This is the number 9 at the bottom of the deck. Express yourself creatively. Start something new. What creative pursuit do you feel drawn to? This is the Hermit. So I do feel like they're kind of insinuating, in order to kind of get out of this hermit mode that you've kind of felt stuck in, maybe you could put a lot of that into your creativity, into some kind of creative work, whatever that is for you, that you feel like is something you enjoy, can kind of help you to kind of, it's funny, we have a way of using creativity to heal, because it's expression, and it's expression in ways that we can't fully have balance with internally. For some reason, when we do things creatively, it's just a way of balancing things out with our emotions internally. So healing. And it can help you to kind of see something or come out of this in some kind of way. You need to really pay attention to that. You're on the right path, guys, to be able to make this thing work out for you. To get to that place you need to get to. You just need to keep going. And I think you're stuck. Okay. We have, you are loved and with love. Okay, so we have, dearest you. Let me get a drink of my coffee. I'm not drinking coffee this late. It's my ℂ𝓒𝓈𝓈𝒶ℊ, okay? Dearest you. Everything is in divine order. Even in chaos, there is order. And we're always in awe of this. For you, though, on the human journey, things can get disorganized in your mind and physical reality. You need to get rid of the clutter. Whether it be too many stories in your mind, too many what-ifs, or fearful thoughts of the past or future. Instead, focus on the now. Empty your mind, clear the house, and throw out any object that tells you an uncomfortable story. Yeah, I'm getting this image of somebody that has something in their house that kind of reminds them of something of their childhood that's not a good memory, and you need to kind of get rid of that item. I don't know if it's valuable and you're trying to hold on to it because you don't want to get rid of it, but you need to, if that's the case, give it to someone else or put it in a place to where you won't have to look at that thing right now, because it's causing you to relive an experience that you don't need to be, you just don't, I feel like sometimes objects can carry an energy with them, and that, whatever that energy is keeping you in that, like, it's like a broken record. You just it keeps you stuck in that space. It almost mesmerizes you in some kind of way. You need to get rid of that sucker, whatever that is. Y'all know if that's your message. Discern what you have to sort, purge, clear, and organize. We want you to have a space to fill with something better. Spirit loves a vacuum, and it gives you space for brilliant new energy, which is what's trying to come in here, okay? But this is also talking about your mindset and having to get rid of all this, the rest of this healing, and putting in that work so that you can kind of build for success. All that's here, especially if that's a soulmate that's coming back around. You know, all that is kind of here. You'll know which direction to take whenever you move. Whenever you keep going here. Let go of what is no longer serving you, and give order to what remains. See them and know their value. Your soul needs organization in order to keep your connection to us and to spirit free from distractions. You are so adored by so many. We hope you really know that. So there you go. I know I interrupted that reading, but I wouldn't remember what I was saying. With love. Dearest you, we have a secret for you. The more you think you know, the less you actually do. Yeah, going down that wormhole, but you got stuck down there. So if you are willing to keep an open mind, you will avoid the narrow confines of the know-it-all and open up. That's 2 cards of open here, guys. To the unlimited potential that can be delivered only by the curious optimist. So you have to remain optimistic about things. I think you kind of get stuck into that hermit. It can get you to a dark place if you're not careful. You know, that truth you can see in a different way. Curiosity allows us to discover new things, see the world from a different perspective, and find answers to questions that you might not even know that you have. Right now, whatever is going on, it's important to know that you are not aware of all the aspects of it. You need to see to make an informed choice. You might be projecting a story that isn't totally true, so move forward. Your mantra could be, I don't know, or that's interesting, as you keep your mind and heart open to experiences and richer existence overall. All of us over here want you to be all you can be. We are cheering for you. Can you hear us? So, sorry guys, I am getting tired. These readings wear me out. So, I do feel like, with that being said, you need to kind of clear your space. I feel like you have this new stuff coming in, so you need to get rid of what I talked about, if that's you, or you need to get rid of just your space together. You just need to just clean it out. You know, open up your windows, let the air in. That'll definitely help. I mean, unless you're somewhere that's blistering hot and you don't want to heat your house up. But in the morning or whatever, I don't know where you live and what's going on, but just let some nature in, you know, let that breeze in, let that freshness in. And I think that will help you a lot as far as purifying your energy goes. This other thing here I want to talk about on this card. Curiosity. So projecting a story that isn't totally true. There could be a story about your past that you need to go back and revisit. That story that you're telling yourself over and over and over, you may not have all the facts there, and you're missing some key things in that story that you need to go back and look at. Oh my gosh, that's not going to be for everybody. That's only meant for some of you guys, or maybe even just one of you, but you need to go back. There's something there that you don't know about. You need to ask. If you can't ask anybody, ask your spirit guides, ask your higher self, meditate, and ask to kind of be shown something that you don't see. Yeah, because there's a misunderstanding, or you don't understand something. It's something that you don't understand already. I don't understand why they did it that way. I don't understand what happened there. And it's like, there's more to that story than you know that will help you to be able to move forward in that situation. There's more there, and you need to ask questions. Or just ask, you know, go into meditation and ask to be shown. Own my idea. You can have some kind of, this creativity came into play. There's some kind of project creativity that's going to be able to help you in your healing process that you need to kind of continue. Keep going on whatever that is. You need to keep going on that, because you will be successful there at some point. That's what they're saying. You'll know the direction to take whenever you get there. You'll know how to be bringing whatever is in your mind about that project or whatever that is. You need to bring it into the physical world, okay? You need to bring it out and do it. Yeah, look at that. Another card of letting go of that story. Release guilt. Holy cow. And one step at a time. Yeah, go easy on yourself. This is a process. This isn't something that's going to happen overnight. It is a process that you have to go through. If you want to, you know, move forward, if you want to get to that hyper energy, you know, you want to take control of your life here and open up so you can enjoy things more. Especially if you have guilt there. Okay, so we have ARZLI. There's the and. So there's another message here about this soulmate energy that's here. They're going to return at some point. They're going to return here when things come into alignment. There's another storyline that's going to take place with this soulmate. And you're going to be kind of sitting in a decision, or you're going to be making a decision about them, or have an opportunity to make that decision. But it's all going to come together in the way that it's meant to. Some of you need to figure out what you want from that situation, but there's just still more to come is the main thing that they keep saying here. We have an X, U. This may be some kind of X in your life, because I was talking about it. We have G, Q, D, L. My dogs are ready to go to bed. Did y'all hear them moaning at me? Would you shut up so we can go to sleep? Oh, look, dog. So dogs bring loyalty and friendship. So maybe that's part of this soulmate energy that's here, since that just came up. We also have, oh, what do we have? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot, to be honest with you. We have a lot, so you may feel like this is a lot in this reading. It's a lot to digest. We do have God here as well, so that might resonate for some of you, maybe significant in some kind of way, like maybe you're fighting with this. So maybe some of you even have resentments with spirit for allowing things to kind of happen to you in the way that they did. You may feel kind of betrayed. Arizona keeps coming up for me for some reason, so Texas too, look at that. And let's see, you also have Lord. Oh Lord. That's funny. Anything else? Anything else that I'm seeing here? We have drag here. You're dragging your feet on this, guys. That's what they're saying. What are your spirit guides like? Or mom? You're dragging your feet. I feel like it's one of y'all's spirit guides for somebody here. Yeah, that's that hermit energy. It's like you're stuck, or you're trying to. We have X and that keeps wanting to like go right here together. So I'm telling you, there's more to come. It has to do with someone in your past. Okay, guys, I'm gonna leave it here. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm gonna be honest. I'm ready to go to bed. Hold this up so y'all can see them, and I'm gonna leave it here. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope this helps you guys. I know this was long and it was deep. Hope it makes sense to you guys. I know sometimes it doesn't always make sense, but bits and pieces do. This is a general reading. This isn't even a pick-a-pile general reading. This is just a message out there. So only take out what resonates with you. And hope you got something out of it. Thanks for being here. Thanks, at least if you didn't, just thanks for listening to me. And I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah. And thanks for your support and your love and your kindness. And I hope to see you soon.